Good morning, my millionaire growth partners. My name is Otis Tucker, the world's first trillionaire. I am creating heaven on earth, people, and the way that I do it is, number one, is I help people to realize that what they consider their soul is the spirit of God. Therefore, God lives inside of them, and if you choose to claim that, then you do become God, people, in the sense that you have his abilities. We already know we're made in his likeness, so just realize that your soul is what they've been referring to. Also, people, is that I'm here to create financial freedom for billions of people across this world. I am creating a million millionaires. I am the greatest leader that ever lived. I am God, people, and most important is that I manifest the words I speak. My message for you today, people, is to live in your present. The past, obviously, we can't do nothing about that. That already happened. It's gone. You know what I mean? All we can do is, learn from it. But that's about it, for real. And the future, it's like, what I'm realizing is that if you live just for the future, then what happens is that you skip over on the present. And don't get me wrong, it's fulfilling because you're making progress. But then what happens is that you miss out on the present when you focus too much on the future. And here's what I mean when I say that. It's like, obviously, we know that as human beings, we think in pictures. Like, images is what we think about. If I say, get that phone off the refrigerator, then automatically an image of a refrigerator come to your mind, and a phone sitting somewhere on top of it. So it's like we think in pictures. The words that we hear, the words we speak, it triggers an image, a picture, and that's how we think, and that's how we're able to perceive things. Now, it's like, if you live too far in the future, if you live in the future, then what happens is, it's like, for example, it's like for years, I've been, I always talk about, okay, what does your amazing life look like? And even for myself, people, like these downloads, I'm learning just like you. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my journey. So it's like, okay, what does my amazing me look like? Now, I have ideas of what I like, but there's not total detail of exactly how and what that looks like. There's general ideas, which is like what the destination or goal is. But it's like, my lesson for you today, people, it's like the epiphany I had yesterday, is that if you really, the most effective way to really transform your life, man, is to live by two guiding principles. It's realizing that there's two paths in life, right? There's the path where the decision, realize that everything that you're manifesting right now is because of the decisions that you make. The decisions that you make is what cause the actions that you take, and the actions you take produce the result that you have. So therefore is that, you have to get really good at making great decisions. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, making better decisions in order to really transform your life. Now, it's like, okay, well, how are we going to go about doing that? So it's like, I think the meeting I ran yesterday was about the two different ways of being. It's like, the way that most people are, the way I've been for most of my life, most people have, is that we're programmed by society to think in the term of scarcity, lack, limitations. Like, your self-talk, if you're fully aware to it, is very negative. You know what I'm saying? And but that's one lifestyle and the one way of being. That's the old way of being. The new world that we are creating, heaven on earth, is that we are looking to shift people to the abundance, the blessings, and the favor way of being. So it's like we're looking to shift people from the old way of being, which is the old world, to the new world, And it's like, in order for that to happen, it's like you have to take control of your thoughts, your words that you speak, and really ultimately the ways of being, So it's like, what you have to do is that you have to look through those two lenses as you become really aware of what you're doing, is that you have to figure out, okay, this action I'm about to take, is that in alignment with my abundance, blessings, and favor, new way of being? or is it part of my old paradigm, which is scarcity, lack, and limitation? And people, if you really question yourself every time you're about to make a decision, you'll realize that majority of the decisions you've been making has been on the lack, scarce, and limitation mindset or ways of being. We're looking to shift that. So when you catch yourself making a decision that is aligned with that, in that moment of time, it's like you have to say, okay, well, I know where that leads. I know that that's in that category. How do I create something that will bring me from that old way of being to the new way of being? And that happens in your thoughts, because that's how everything starts, people. So you have to be aware of your thoughts. And as you're thinking, you got to ask yourself, would you be thinking those thoughts in your abundance if you were abundant, blessed, and favored? If you were those three things, would you be thinking like this? Would you be saying these things? Would you be acting this way? And if you're not, then you have to physically change it. You have to change your decision. You have to change your thought. You have to change your action in that moment of time. And you just have to figure out, what would that look like? How would you act if you had all the abundance, all the blessings, and all the favor? How would you act? How would you be? What would you be thinking about? How would you feel? You know? And it's like, what I'm realizing, people, is that that's how you create the image and the vision of your amazing life, is you have to do it in real time. You have to fix and create the vision in the present. And as you create the vision in the present of what it is that you like your amazing future to be, then it's manifested in the future as you live into it. You know what I'm saying? As you practice into it. So it's like, I really want you to grasp this, man, because I think this is one of the most powerful messages I've ever ran, is really realizing that, you know, we have to be more present. Is that we create the amazing life we want in the present, where in real time, as we experience certain things, we have to make a decision and say, which category does it fall in? The old way of being, scarcity, lack, and limitation, or the new way of being, abundance, blessings, and favor? And if you do that for every thought you have, where you categorize them, for every way of feeling, how would you feel this way if you were really abundant, blessed, and favored? Would you really be saying these things? Would you be doing these things? And if not, people, like I said, you must change it. And that's how that goes, man. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off there, but I think you get the message, though. I really hope you do, because this is a real powerful one. That was such a great epiphany, you know? It's like sometimes, man, it's like it gets exhausted, man, with all these downloads, you know what I mean? It can be hours of downloads of things that's coming in, but it's like it's priceless ways of being, people. And, you know, God, again, is giving us the answer to how to live, man. How to live and how to create our amazing life. And, you know, I accept and embrace this responsibility to share this knowledge with you, you know. And with that being said, people, shout out to my co-creators of Heaven and Earth, man. As you already know, people, is that we are indeed creating heaven and earth here. And the way we do it is in three ways, people. Number one is that we must connect energetically. You know what I'm saying? Is that everything is energy. We are creating heaven on earth using energy, but synchronized energy, where we're syncing our energy. And the way that we get to sync our energy effectively, number one, is that you must choose to believe that the Spirit of God lives inside of you, and that you are God, people, because you are the Spirit of God. Your soul is the Spirit of God, and you are God. You have to believe that, man. And number two is that you must follow me. You know what I'm saying? You follow my page, you watch my videos, because God is giving me divine messages every single day, man, to deliver to the world, people. I re-listen to watch these videos just like you do, so I can get the knowledge. You know what I mean? And I can practice on this. So you keep coming back, you watch the videos, people, and follow me, man, because as you follow me, what happens is that we're connected on a spiritual and energetic level. And as that happens, people, what happens is the favor that God have over my life, the blessings that God is bestowing over my life, the protection that God over my life, you get to sharing that, people, because we're connected. We're becoming one as we connected on that spiritual level. Now don't get it twisted though. You do have to do all three, especially the first one. You have to accept and embrace the fact that you are the Spirit of God, and He lives inside of you. Plus the other two, follow me. And then the most important one, people, number three, is that you must speak your truth. You must basically start sharing, man, authentically what is authentically you. Whatever the Spirit leads you to talk about, go talk about it and share it, people. That way you can help other people who need to hear your message, man, who you can transform their lives and give them breakthrough just from them hearing you. Anyways, man, shout out to Jamaica, man, who is the eye of this world. Shout out to Africa, who is the mother of this world. Shout out to the entire Caribbean and the African diaspora worldwide, man. As you already know, people, my mandate is to unite the Caribbean and Africa. And the way that we do it is by choosing to stand united. We're going to choose to support each other. We're going to choose to inspire and motivate each other. We're going to choose to help each other, man. That's a choice. Remember our mantra, people. Number one is that we're always going to choose to be our brothers and sisters' keeper. And number two, people, is that each one teach one. My declarations over your life, people. Number one is that you are a millionaire. You are married to the person of your dreams. You have amazing health and is in the best shape of your life, man. My prayer for you today, people, is that the Spirit of God inside of you, man, will continue to shape you and mold you, man, for you to really, find your purpose and become who you were truly destined to be. I pray, people, that you just continue to have courage, man, and continue to keep on moving forward regardless of what's happening. I believe in you. Blessings on to y'all and y'all family, man. Have a good day.